Hi guys, I am back. I actually wanted to come on here because I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit more serious, and I wanted to also talk with my friend, my very good dear friend, Derek, and to get a male point of view. Derek is joining me via telephone, so say hi.
Hi.
And we're gonna do a video talking about relationships. I wanted to get a man's point of view on certain, issues out there, from experiences with, friends, and other people that I see, peers, coworkers, and so on and so forth. Please, the phone is going to be ringing in the background from time to time. Just kind of like ignore it, okay? All right, cool. So today's topic is about relationships and how to deal if you're a woman and it's very difficult for you to find a man. So, Derek, I got to ask you a question, and I want a guy's point of view. Tell me, what does a woman have to do to find a good man if she is what do you think the problem is? First of all, if she's established, she has a good career, she's educated, she has no children, but it's very difficult for her to find a man. I mean, attractive woman, beautiful woman, she can't find a man. What do you think with women out there who are in those situations, who can't find men, good men, and they're not even like, saying, "Oh, I only want to date black men," or I mean they've opened up themselves, but it's very difficult for them to hold a steady relationship. What would your advice be to these women on maybe something that they need to do differently? Maybe they need to look at themselves. Just what is it that you would say as a man, to these women?
Wow. That's a lot being said right there concerning a woman that's established and why she can't find a good man. What would be my advice to her? Keep looking. But not even in that aspect. I think a woman who's very established, it's kind of hard for her to find a man, a good man, if you will, because she's more she's more worried about what she already has, and I think she's kind of intimidating to a lot of men. Sad to say, it's a lot of men nowadays. A lot of men nowadays. I can only speak from personal experience, but they ain't got their shit together, excuse my language. So for a woman that's established, it's gonna be kind of hard for her because she could be very intimidating to that male, and she's gonna be protective of what she has already acquired and worked for. So that's gonna be another stipulation. It's kind of hard for her to she gives off that independent vibe, if you will. So
Right.
It's gonna be hard for you to find that someone that she's actually looking for, because she's already independent. And like you say, men, they might not admit it, but they like a woman to be they like to be felt, they're needed in some shape, form, or fashion. So it's kind of hard to see established women, high powered women, that have that that's established. It's kind of hard to find that perfect male figure that they're looking for, because they're intimidating.
Right.
And so did I answer the question, or I tried to do my best?
Yes, I think you did an excellent job, and I definitely want to kind of piggyback off of what Derek was saying. I feel a lot of these women, sometimes it's not them that's the issues. There are times when the women are the issues, but there are times where you have women in those situations and they're not the issue. Especially, when you're looking, sometimes the caliber of men that you're looking at, like Derek said, are intimidated by, you know, the things that you have acquired, your accomplishments, and they're not there, you know, and I totally agree with that. So what, instead of like, you know, using yourself as, you know, a motivator and saying, you know, my girl got it together, or, you know, I want to do this, they kind of push back and, you know, causing a relationship not to transpire out of that, and making it a little bit frustrating on the woman, and sometimes looking to herself to say, you know, what is my issue? Like, why can I not keep a man? Or, you know, so on and so forth. So that was a really, really good answer. Thank you for that, Derek. Okay, so moving, excuse me, I'm having a little cold, but moving right along. Okay, so what would your advice be to the woman who's in a situation where, okay, she's a great person, beautiful, intelligent, educated, but she's coming into the relationship with children? And do you have a lot of men out there that are kind of about that, who, you know, they look at, and you know, and she's looking for a good man, and these good men don't really want to deal, either they have the assumption that there's drama, baby daddy drama, or they just don't want to interact or have anything to do with raising another man's child. So what would your advice be to that woman?
My advice would be to that woman is to continue to search and seek, and if you find an individual, a gentleman that you may be interested in, give him an opportunity. Be honest about it. Open up and let him know that you have kids. But at the same time, I'll let that woman know. My advice would be, don't expect anything from that man. Like you said, if he does love you or care about you, it is a package deal. I mean, so you shouldn't be ashamed of your kids, whether it's 1 or 3 or 5, you know, and just be confident, I guess, within yourself. And if he don't accept your kids in the situation, I mean, then you can only have so much with that male. You may like him to a certain extent, but if you don't accept your kids, don't get your hopes up and expect or think that you guys are gonna have like this family with the White House and picket fence, because he's probably not. You should know that by the time you say something about your kids, you would already know where he stands as far as his comments about that. And so my advice would be to them is to be straightforward about your kids, and like I said, if they don't accept you or they don't accept them, then they don't accept you.
Okay. Thank you for that, and I totally agree. I feel like if you have children, you're a package deal. You've accepted that, so the mate that you're choosing for yourself should also accept that. And if a man coming into the relationship knowing that you have children doesn't appear to be serious, or you know, doesn't want to accept the package, then you need to be real with yourself and cut that short and move on, because that man is not going to be there to do anything else but to just use you, and never make an honest woman out of you. So I think you need to pull back from that relationship. And a lot of times women have a tendency to know that that's what's going on, but they're always hoping that he will change or see some other light. A man pretty much knows whether he's going to be with a woman or not right away. It doesn't take a long time, and it doesn't take years to figure it out. Your qualities, your characteristics, your compatibilities are shown very early on. So people know whether, you know, a woman may be like, oh yes, this is the man I want to be with, but he may be showing you signs that he doesn't want to be with you long term, that this is a short-term commitment. So don't deny those signs, and you know, don't close your eyes to them, because they're there, and they're there to show you that, hey, I need to pull back. I know this is going to hurt me, but I need to find someone who is going to be serious about me as well as me being serious about them. All right, so moving on to the next situation. Okay, so what do you say or advice that you give to a woman that is newly divorced and is, you know, coming out into the scene, hasn't been on the dating scene for a while, and you know, because she's newly divorced, she's having issues with emotionally kind of letting go. She's kind of done, but every potential that she comes across, she has a tendency to slightly compare. What advice would you give a woman that's newly divorced and is coming out into the dating scene for the first time after a long time? How should her thought process be? What should she be, you know, what should she be doing? What, you know, how is she supposed to be approaching this scene?
My advice to her is to kind of be open-minded. Know that she has to have a healing process, because she's a divorcee. It's a period of time that she does have to allow herself before she jumps into the dating scene to relax, relate, and release what she's just gotten out of. And at the same time, once she jumps into the dating scene, don't really have any expectations from anyone. Just kind of just be reminded about it, you know, kind of just let things go and flow as they come, you know, because like I say, she's just now getting back out there, so she may have cold feet. I really, that's pretty much all I can say or speak on that at this point in time.
Okay, very good. And I totally agree with that. I think a woman that's coming out into the dating scene for the first time after a long time, you need to, number one, have an open mind. Depending on your age bracket, like if you're, you know, mid-30s, 40s, you can't go out there and be like, I don't want a man with children. You're going to be slim pickings there. If you're in your, it's true. If you're in your 20s, you can have, you know, those mindsets, but again, you have to be an open mind and you have to let the past go. You cannot go out there comparing every man to your ex-husband. You have to really just let those things go. When you're having first-time conversation, the new potential does not want to hear about your ex-husband and what you used to do. Okay? Try to avoid those types of conversations. Think happy thoughts. Okay? But like Derek says, make sure that you go through the healing process. A lot of women go out after being newly divorced and thinking that they can heal by jumping into a relationship. You're hurting yourself and you're hurting that new man. So make sure you completely emotionally heal before you put yourself out there. Okay, so that way you could be a better mate to another potential mate. So I think that's very important. Spend some time by yourself. You know, take some vacations, hang out with the girlfriends. You know, don't dwell on the situation that you just recently went through. I think that needs to stay in the past and you need to just move on from that. Okay. Okay, so if you have a scenario or situation that you want me to evaluate, or if you want to have a male point of view, we can get Derek back on the line again. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything about this topic, please leave me comments, subscribe. If you want me to elaborate more on anything, or if you want Derek to elaborate more on anything, let me know. And we can, I mean, you're down for another interview again, D?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. So D is on board. We can definitely do this. So, you know, just let me know. My page is open. There's going to be a lot of things coming on here. It's, you know, I got makeup, I got tags, I got anything that's on my mind. I'm just going to speak freely. This is what this page is all about. So just, you know, let me know how you feel. All right, you guys, I'm signing off for the night. Good night. I want to give a big thank you to my homeboy D for coming on here tonight and helping me with this video. So thank you to you.
Thank you to you.
And thank you for watching, and you have a wonderful night, and I hope that this was helpful, and let me know if there's anything else you would like us to talk about in the future. Good night, you guys. Signing off. Say bye, D.
Bye.
Bye.